Well, hello there. I'm Tracy Resch-Williams, business coach and consultant for Alaska Tracy. Businesses work with me that are seeking calmness, clarity, and prosperity. Using my vision mapping framework, I guide them on their journey to success. On this podcast, you can enjoy hearing inspirational stories of success, as well as business tips and tools that you can actually use. So thanks for joining in. And please remember, click the subscribe button, invite your friends, and leave a comment. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Alaska Tracy's podcast, where today we are going to be talking to Carlo Pastena and his wife, Jaclyn Williams. They are the owners of Carlo's Crew, and they ensure all of their clients become the healthiest version of themselves. They offer personal and small business group training, online training, and small group classes to put you in a position to succeed. And today we're going to be talking to them about how implementing structure into their business and their life has changed their whole trajectory and propelled them forward in success. So you're going to want to hear this episode. Thanks so much. Well, hello, guys. Carlo and Jaclyn, thank you so much for joining my show today.
Thank you for having us on.
So exciting. I just learned so much. It's Jaclyn's birthday. Happy birthday to you.
The big 25.
25.
Wow. Oh my gosh, to be 25 again.
I know. I'm like, I can kind of stop now. I'm okay being 25 for the rest of my life.
Yeah, just pause. Hit the pause button. Well, happy birthday. And you both just got married a month ago. How exciting is that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
COVID wedding, so it was actually in our backyard.
Did you do a virtual wedding?
No, so our wedding was supposed to be May 7th in Arizona, and because of coronavirus, we couldn't all fly to Arizona, and so we just had some immediate, 5 or 6 family members in the backyard and did a little ceremony.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
And it was perfect.
Yes, perfect. So Carlo and Jaclyn came to me through a mutual friend, James, who said, oh my gosh, they would be great for your podcast. And he listens to it, so he knows what kind of who I'm looking for. So I'm really excited to hear Carlo owns Carlo's Crew, LLC, and Jaclyn is a support, and you're working on your occupational therapy license, which is coming up this week as well.
This week I take my exam.
I know. Exciting time.
Yes. So can you share with the listeners a little bit of your backstory, where you come from, and how your business sort of came to be?
Sure. So I was born in New York City. I was born in Queens, New York. And then we moved up to Anchorage, Alaska in 96 when I was only 5 years old. My uncle on my mom's side, he was a fisherman. And so then just slowly but surely, just one family member after the next, because we have a big family. They started visiting Alaska, and then they loved it up here. So they moved up here. And then we were kind of the last people to go and move up here. So that happened. And then I was raised up here and everything. I was always into athletics. I played football and baseball. Those were my biggest sports. But I was never really into the gym per se. That my way of exercising was always through playing sports. So then I did that. I played all throughout high school. I went to UAA. And then after I finished college,
You got a degree in journalism.
Yeah. I got a degree in journalism and public communications. So it doesn't have much to go and do with personal training, but actually it's helped me through a networking stance. But I was very overweight. Just because I'm so focused on school and work and all that stuff that kind of my health took a back seat. And type 1 diabetes runs in my family. So I was 21 years old and weighed 227 pounds. So very overweight. And so then all it took was one doctor's visit, which was a little bit of a scare because I was 21 and I didn't want to become a diabetic. So because even if type 1 runs in your family, there's a high possibility of you becoming type 2. So then I decided to go to the gym. I started working out at the Alaska Club. I lost probably about 50 pounds in about 6-7 months. And then it just became a lifestyle of mine. And then one of my buddies one time, he noticed my energy and my hard work and all this stuff. And he's like, hey, like, have you ever thought about personal training? And I was like, no, I never thought about that. I wanted to be a screenwriter. So I love,
goodness.
Yeah. Oh. So I love movies that, like, we've been super sad the last couple of months because Regal Cinemas and Century have been not operational since COVID. So that's kind of stunk. But yeah, so that was kind of my plan. But then kind of as I learned to love fitness and then really learned to love helping people, I was like, sure, I'll do it. So I got my certification on Halloween in 2015. And then I became a personal trainer at the Alaska Club for just about 3 years.
That's how we met. I was working at the Alaska Club and he was a trainer. And we hit it off.
Yep.
Did you train Jaclyn?
No, so she actually started going to my classes. Mm-hmm. I would teach classes pretty much every single night. And then she started coming to her classes. And then I just became brave. And I asked her if she wanted to go out for a nice dinner.
Aww.
I was like, I hope it works out. Otherwise, I have to switch gyms.
Yeah, I know. That's true. Yeah, that's true. So then after that, though, I worked at the Alaska Club as a personal trainer there for 3 years. And then I was actually contacted by the Southside YMCA, which is in the Diamond Mall here in Anchorage, Alaska. And I've been contracted there for almost 2 years. So September 15th, 2018.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. In a roundabout way, he got to opening his own personal training business.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And so in that time frame, then you two got together and then you talked about getting married and.
Yeah. And I know. Like, yeah. It was a really busy kind of first year too, because we started dating during her
it was
first
my
year.
First year of OT school.
Yeah.
And he was still at the Alaska Club. So in the first year I was going to school, he decided to start his own business. And we've kind of been on through this whole transition period, our whole relationship.
Yeah. Together,
getting to school and him starting his business. And
But it's been really, really nice because she's been the biggest supporter of me. And I've been the biggest supporter of her, all because we have super long days. I mean, super long days, where like sometimes the only time that we get to go and spend with one another is dinner time.
Work out or eat.
Yeah. It's dinner time and a workout, and then we watch TV maybe for like 30 minutes or an hour.
Wow. So your Carlos crew, I'm looking at it on Facebook. So where is that? Is that at the YMCA?
Yeah, so it's at the Southside YMCA. Okay. So there's 2 YMCA locations here in Anchorage, and I'm contracted at the Southside YMCA, which is inside of the Diamond Mall on the bottom floor, right next to Subway.
Okay, great. So you're contracted as your business, and we talked before I hit record about structure playing an important role in both your lives, and you told me couple months ago you said you didn't have a lot of structure, but you must
no
help
not
with
really
the structure.
I know yes Yuli does. So
I'm like, you're kind of chaotic, we need a plan.
I hired a business coach back in February, I believe, and he's been an astronomical help. Just
thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michael. Like as in regards, we haven't quite dived into social media management, manage stuff, but just for like automated emails, automated Facebook messages, because it's unrealistic for me to go and be the trainer, the marketer, call everybody, email, it's so much work. So we're starting to go and branch off towards a little bit more automation, which has really been a huge help for me too.
So who's the, in my relationship, I'm the visionary. And my husband's he's a finance guy. So I have and he'll be like, yeah, how's that going to make you money? And I'll be like, oh.
That's how she is. I have the ideas, and then usually that
I'm like, okay, let's bring it back.
Yeah. She's the one who would try to break it down and be like,
I'm optimistic, and I'm all about having dreams and the unknown, but also I'm very realistic and what's accomplishable and what are realistic goals and what are steps to achieving them, because a lot of people have goals, but they don't have the objectives or means to achieve them. So then you just have these lofty goals with no way of getting to them.
Yeah.
Right. So you both complement each other.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm the kind of person too that I'll just try something and see if it works. And if it fails, it's like, the worst that happened is that it didn't work right now. And that's totally okay, because in business, I mean, I've been in business for actually 2 years, was on June 7th. And like, it's been a roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down. But my business coach, I mean, even said, it's like most businesses don't even last 2 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then just like, I try to remind myself that every day and every day, every day. And then it makes it so much more accomplishment like when you do something that does change someone's life.
So since you've implemented even a little bit of structure, which I think you probably always have, both of you have, to get where you're at today, do you find that your coaching style as a trainer has even changed, giving them structure?
Yes. So I'm also too, like, I'll say it now, cat's out of the bag, but when our business license is up in October, we're actually going to rebrand, and we're actually going to change the name of our business. So Carlo's crew is going to be called Redefine Fitness, because after long discussions with my coach and stuff, is that we kind of are redefining fitness, that it's not just about how much you weigh. It's not about your body fat. It's not about necessarily like what you eat and like tracking all your calories and all that stuff. That we try to measure people's fitness based off their happiness and
lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, back up. I think you just have a tagline in there. You try to, what was that? You measure fitness
through happiness.
Through happiness. Yeah. Because, thank you. Well, because
a new business slogan.
Well, I mean, it totally like makes sense that like with honestly, like everything in life, like if you have a damaged mindset, you're going to become lazy. You're going to sit on the couch. You're going to watch TV. You're not going to have, any drive to go and accomplish anything, especially let alone exercise.
So many people are so focused on the numbers and how many pounds they're losing and how many calories they ate, that they're losing track of their lifestyle changes or how happy it makes them or is supposed to. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, instead of measuring that, it's like, let's measure, hey, like, you know what? You showed up to every single session on time this week. That's an A+. You finished every single workout. That's an A+. You did that hike that you said that you always wanted to go and do with your kids. That's an A+. It's like, why don't we focus on those? Because when you focus on those, the body fat and the weight, those things will come automatically.
Exactly. I think I shared this in the last interview I did today. My husband said the other day, maybe I didn't share it. Anyways, I was focusing on negative stuff. And he said he heard somebody speak about, and he said, if we knew how damaging to our mind, our body, our spirit, our soul, negative thoughts were, we would never, ever have a negative thought ever again. And I love that. It's
the mind is so powerful.
Yeah.
Right. So powerful.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
What sort of structure do you give to your clients?
So the number one thing I always say is to show up, because that's the hardest thing, is that if you have to constantly reschedule or if they text me and be like, oh, Carlo, like I can't do 1 p.m. I can't do 5 p.m. It's like, no, that's just a bad habit, because then usually that means that hour of exercise, that's supposed to be their time. They're not prioritizing themselves anymore. That like they are prioritizing other things, that like even if they think it's more important, actually when they're done with their exercise, they're going to realize it's not.
Something as simple as just sticking to a schedule.
Well, it's almost like meditating, that like waking up every morning and doing 10 to 20 minutes of meditating could be the 10 to 20 minutes that changes your entire day.
Right. So important. And structure equals freedom from
freedom. Yeah.
From pointing to my brain, if you're listening to the podcast. Yes.
Well, freedom, and also like, does it make you feel guilty? Because a lot of our clients, like sometimes, especially mothers who have kids, it's like sometimes they might think that if they put themselves first with a workout or something, that they're putting their family and other things on the back burner. And it's like, no, it's like, and it's like for that hour you are, and you should, because nobody else is going to put you number one if you don't put yourself number one.
Right.
I always say if you structure and plan the things that you have to do, then you realize how much time you have to do the things that you want to do.
Right. I have a Focus Forward group, it's called, on Tuesdays, and my Visions to Profits membership community, we meet every Tuesday, and we talked about that today. It's the guilt and the shame of the nice days. And I said, man, I've been doing things in the morning in the office, and even if I don't get the whole list done, I'm free in the afternoon. I got something done, the big stuff, the big rock.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's like me too. I mean, usually my first session is at 6 or 7 in the morning. I usually wake up at 5 in the morning and I have my cup of coffee. Then I'll train a couple hours. I'll come back home and then I'll actually eat breakfast. And then I'll go back to training and stuff. Also, too, I have implemented something. Do you know what a burpee is?
Yes.
They're awful.
I'm sticking my tongue out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So they're really, really hard.
Yes.
Okay. So what I implemented January 1 is that my goal, and actually I failed at this goal. So my goal was to do 1 year straight, so 365 days in a row, doing 30 burpees. Every day, regardless. And I've missed a couple of days because I was sick about 2 months ago with the flu. And then this past weekend, I had like a little minor, like back injury. So I didn't want to go and risk like further pain.
Good.
But when I started this, it had nothing to do with the burpees. It's just challenging yourself to do something that's difficult every single day, because even if you can do the difficult things, it takes consistency in life. So then just like building consistent habits and doing the little things, that's going to separate yourself and make you successful.
Right. So you talked about happiness. What do you two do for fun?
Well, we love to exercise. I mean, that's number one, and in all different forms. Like we love to go outside. We either go on walks or hikes. We play in a flag football league. And that's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
We like that a lot.
Yeah. And then we exercise at the gym probably about 4 to 5 days a week. So exercise is like the perfect kind of de-stress for us.
Good.
We're both so busy during the day, like we had mentioned before, that our time to spend together is really when we do want to be active, because he's been stagnant training all day, or I've been studying for 6 hours every day. So it's like when we can hang out, we want to get outside and do something fun.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Good.
Release some endorphins.
Yes. So you mentioned before I hit record a contest that you have coming up, and it should be live the day that this podcast goes live.
Yes.
What is that contest about? And I believe it's locally for Anchorage, Alaska.
Yes. So it's a contest that's for people of the Anchorage community. And there's 7 businesses that are included. And every single one of these businesses is giving away something. So I'm actually giving away 16 free personal training sessions. Wow. Exactly. And the YMCA, which is where I'm contracted at, they're giving away a 6-month free family membership.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be super cool. And we have things from free oats from this business called Elevated Oats that we have a partnership with. We have a partnership with a dietitian where you're going to get 1 free month of nutrition and all these other things. So it's going to be super, super cool. It's going to be a point system. So it's based off of like likes and shares and photos that you post and whatnot. So I'm sending you a link. So that then all the listeners here, all they have to do is just click on the link, put in your name and your email, and then you will be sent an email with all the instructions right there.
Yeah, it's really just to bring more awareness to all these small businesses that we have in Anchorage, especially with the coronavirus going on and
which hurt all of us.
Yeah.
That's
there are a lot of businesses that we enjoy, so we want to share them with everyone
else. Yeah, exactly.
That's wonderful. What a great way to partner up. And you're always looking for opportunities to do that, right? In business.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, and I'm also too, our partners mean a lot to us, because they really are in line with our mission, which is just to go and help people a couple of days a week just become healthy and happier. And usually if you intake my products that are good for you're going to feel much better. You're going to look better, and you're going to become more happy.
Right.
So it's super exciting. Yeah.
So the last question I have for you both is, how do you define success?
Success to me isn't just financial freedom. In my opinion, it's touching as many lives and changing as many lives as you can possible. Like so many times when a client, either texts me or even during their session, that like seeing the excitement on their face about them doing something that even they thought that they couldn't achieve, that's where really it kicks in. You're like, wow, that like I'm really making a difference here.
I think we both kind of agree. We always say we want to change the world one day, one person at a time. Because if you look at it from the whole thing, it's scary. Not one person can really change the entire world. But if you can change the world of one person one day,
exactly,
it kind of creates a ripple effect.
Wow. You both just said your mission and your vision statements. I hope like you watched this replay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because when your coach
I think it means we're a good couple.
What's that?
I said, hopefully it means we're a good couple.
Well, yeah. And you're rebranding everything. And so when your coach asks you, to work on your mission and your vision statement, go back and listen to the words that
which he actually already has. Yeah.
But you just said them. You were like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, and I'm going to call this podcast Measuring Fitness Through Happiness. I mean,
yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
So many people define things through numbers and stats. And
I know.
Like, success is happiness. Like,
well, and also too, it's like, if you go online or if you see like infomercials and stuff about like the new fitness fad or product, it's like, it's always of these people, who are only of one criteria. It's like people with 6-pack abs and they're super young. But it's like, if I'm a 60-year-old, who has a little bit of a gut, how can I relate to that? Like,
or
I
chronic
can't.
Injury or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I can't. So in my opinion, it's that fitness is really what you make of it. And if you're happy, that's all that matters.
Yes. Very, wonderful. It's so good to meet you both. And I will again put in the show notes all the links on how to get a hold of Carlo and Jaclyn, who Jaclyn, you don't know yet where you're going to end up, do you? Or do you?
I actually start work on Monday, so hopefully I pass my licensing exam.
Oh my God.
I am going to work in a pediatric outpatient clinic. So I am going to work with kids who have developmental differences. So that's my passion. And then I help with personal training business on the side.
Yeah.
Look at you both. Wow. What a gift and an honor to interview you both. I really appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Well, thank you for having us on.
Sure. And thank you all listeners for showing up. And stay tuned for the next episode. Please remember to click subscribe before you log out. And thanks again. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tracy.